Hi everyone, Dave Honda here. So this video I recorded, it's a very short one, just about grades and looking them up. The question that sometimes comes up at this point is, how can I look at my child's, what will eventually be their final grade? Because in a previous video, I talked about, as you can see on this screen, how the work would be a temporary part of their grade. If you're curious more about this, there's another video on my page that talks about this in more detail. But in essence, we discussed how their final grades would eventually just be based on their understanding, which means tests and quizzes. Assignments, although I'm keeping track of them so that you at home can kind of see, are they living up to their expectations, won't factor into their final grade, but it does temporarily affect their grade. So what I wanted to briefly discuss was how you can take a look at that. Because right now, in Google Classroom, or sorry, not Google Classroom, PowerSchool, you can see my screen right here. And what's affecting their grades is the top one, the one labeled in green, Chapter 1, Part 2 work. And then that kind of tannish brown one, equations quiz, that's a big chunk of their grade. And then that gray one, Chapter 1, Part 1 work in the pass category, even though there's points in the system, it's in a 0% category. So it does not affect their grade at all. But I leave those scores in there so you can see their past work and have they been completing their assignments. So the only two that affect their grades are those top two. And eventually that green one will shift from green to gray and get shoved into the past work. So the only thing that affects their grades is quizzes and tests. But in the meantime, it does affect their grade. So how can you look up what their grade would be on an upcoming progress report or an upcoming report card when all that I should be showing is their actual grade that reflects understanding? Okay, well, for that, if you want, the way I've kind of made my workflow is that tests and quizzes I don't put directly into PowerSchool. They shunt through Canvas, which I use for those grades. And so right here, I'm in as a fake student. What will happen here is, as you can see, even though this fake student hasn't taken it, that as opposed to PowerSchool that had all the items here in Canvas, it only has the quiz. Okay, so I only use Canvas to truly get their grades for what they are showing me they understand. So basically, tests and quizzes go into Canvas, which then I hit a little button and those grades get pushed over from Canvas into PowerSchool and the two match. Okay, but that way you can, if you really want to see the true difference, then that's how you can do it. Okay, so one more time is if you want to see their working grade, you go to PowerSchool, but realize that might not reflect their actual final grade because the work is temporarily in there skewing their grade. If you want to see their grade without the work involved and you just want to see what their eventual final grade will be, you can go to their Canvas account and only the grades will be listed there along, quizzes will be listed there, tests listed there, and their final grade would be more accurately reflected. I hope that all makes sense, and I hope you find this useful. Thanks for listening.